Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I'm checking out the RCA Voyager Pro Plus sent in by RCA, and it's available for around $70 on Amazon. Now, this is what I like to call as the successor of the Voyager Pro that was available in 2018. So I like to call it the Voyager Pro 2. But it is officially called the Voyager Pro Plus. On the sides you got some of the specs here, which is a 7-inch multi-touch display, 1024 by 600 resolution, Android 10, the Go Edition. Of course it won't have anything besides the Go Edition if it has less than 3 gigs of RAM for Android 10. So this does have 2 gigs of RAM, which does sound pretty low, but for the price, it's not bad. I mean, of course we're going to test it out and see how it is. 60 gigs of internal storage with microSD card expandable. Front camera, I wonder if there's a rear camera because they never mention that at all anywhere. Battery life is up to 6 hours. Of course, we'll see how that is. It's probably not going to be 6, and it's compatible with Google Play. There's really nothing else around the box here. Just want to let you know that this is a specific model number if you want to pause right now and take a look at that. I gotta say, RCA has had their packaging pretty much about the same since I first tried them, which was back in 2013. So 7 years of seeing the same stuff, but hey, I like it simple. I don't want anything too complicated. You got the user guide here, the charging cable, which is still a DC port, unfortunately, or DC cable. I wish they had USB-C at this point, because a lot of tablets do. This thing is like thick but nice and small, easy to carry in one hand, not heavy either. I mean, it's a 7-inch, so that's what you can expect. I believe it's a little over 1 inch thick, and actually the tablet can be detached from this completely. You just gotta lift these up on top and it comes off. But one thing you should keep note is just be a little careful when you're taking it out, otherwise you might scrape the top like I did here. Or I wonder if it was like that before. But anyways, we have the camera on top here. On the sides we've got a power button, 3.5mm headphone jack, micro USB port, DC port, volume keys, and behind that is the microSD card slot. And then on back here is the speaker. And this looks similar to the previous years, but again, a lot of the changes are internal. And this does come with a screen protector that's pre-installed on here. On the bottom you see the 4 magnet pins to attach and detach with the keyboard. Out of the box, there's a little over 11 gigs available, or free. 11.61 gigabytes free to be exact. Now that's gonna go a little lower once you update all your apps, but nonetheless, it seems like a decent amount out of 16 that they give you. And one thing I noticed here is the keyboard seems pretty responsive. I'm just typing a bunch of random stuff here. Back in the old days, I like to say, like just even 2-3 years ago, when you type, there is a bit of a delay, especially when you backspace. There was like a second delay and whatnot, and that was tolerable like many years ago, but now it's not. But luckily this one does not have that problem. It seems pretty fluid and responsive, and there is feedback when I press on this, so that's nice. It is a small keyboard though, not for adults really, but more so for kids, or maybe even teenagers. The screen itself here is fine. It doesn't get bright enough to use outside in sunlight. The 1024 by 600 display is totally fine. And unfortunately, this has a TFT screen is what it seems like. If you've been following me, you know that I hate TFT screens. They're just awful, and that in and of itself is a deal breaker. When I say TFT screens, I mean that it gets too bright on one side or it's too dark on the other, except when it's a 2-in-1 like this one and other tablets. The reason why that's tolerable, and of course depending on the viewing angle, is because when you're staring at the tablet or the 2-in-1, you don't really notice that issue much. So that's why I give 2-in-1s a pass, like this one on that. But if it was just the tablet alone, I'd be like, no, this isn't worth it. I'd kind of just probably even end the video around here. But anyways, it's tolerable for that. Depending on your viewing angle, you won't notice this issue. And unfortunately, this doesn't go back too far, but it goes back, I guess, a normal amount. I mean, this is how far back you can go. So this is what the camera's like. It's nothing impressive. It's tolerable for a video call. It's going to look better in daylight, especially the frame rate, but this is kind of what you can expect for it. Nothing special.
Us, it was more than enough that we didn't even need to put our sound.
So videos can go up to 720p on YouTube, which is alright to see. And the speaker is tinny on the back. The loudness is kind of what you can expect if you've had a $50 tablet years ago, or maybe in the last 6 or 7 years. It kind of sounds the same. Besides that, I do also want to mention that this does not have any multitasking features because it's running Android Go. And Android Go is like the lighter version of Android, so you won't see any multitasking. And if you're watching a video and you know, when you go on the home button on Android 10 devices, normally the video there will be a mini player that comes up. I don't know if you heard me, but there will be a mini player that normally comes up. That's not going to happen on here because of Android 10 Go. One good thing though is that performance seems to be pretty decent, you know, just doing the basic tasks. Like just navigating around YouTube, it was pretty decent. And on here, just online, looking through some articles, I didn't really notice too much delays or too much lag. On the Antutu benchmark, or not Antutu, but this is Geekbench here, it got some pretty low scores here. Single core 72, multi-core score is 248. I think this might be the lowest I've seen, but that's because I haven't tested out a tablet around this price range. So there is that. But of course, performance is the most important thing. And just going into device here, you can see some of the specs here. It's running an ARM MT8167B Pros CPU, and the GPU is a PowerVR Rogue GE8300. First game I'm checking out here is Angry Birds 2. This isn't really graphic demanding or anything like that, but this is to show you that it's going to work pretty much fine. I do notice some frame rate drops and maybe even hiccups here and there, but it's not enough to affect your gameplay performance. I mean, I'll do one more here just so you can see. Overall, to me, it seems pretty decent. Oh, didn't even get him. But that's fine. Let's try again. Alright, there you go. Next game here is Guardian Tales, and it seems to be working pretty well. I do notice some, just a bit of slowdowns here and there, but nothing too crazy that impacts game performance. I mean, this is a 2D game, so can't really expect... Oh no. Well, as you saw before, the laptop just died out. I had it on for too long. I left it on overnight for like 2 nights, I think. So I guess that's what would happen. Never charged it once. Either way, next game here is RuneScape, the old school RuneScape, and it seems to be running fine. Even the game before that, which was Guardian Tales, I was just saying that I would expect 2D games to run fine for the most part. Even low-end 3D games like this, maybe this is the limit. Finally on Roblox, I'm checking out this one game mode. I'm not sure exactly which one it is. So far this seems acceptable. Surprisingly, it seems a little more acceptable than usual. There are some hiccups and stutters. It is debatable whether or not that this is playable. Like I said in my previous videos, if you've seen them, I don't know what to do in this video besides just run around a little bit. I guess you can walk too. But you can see how it is. I know some game modes in Roblox are like more demanding, so I guess it might not be playable in those aspects. Yeah, I don't know really what to test out in Roblox, but overall, going back to everything, I think this is a decent choice for the price it's at, and being the cheapest 2-in-1 currently at the time of this video, this makes it worthwhile for the price. Because like I said, it seems like a great gift to give to someone. Leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe if you want to see more. As always, thanks for watching.